You had a tweet the other day about how the Detroit Pistons are must-watch TV. They should be your league pass team. I happen to be scrolling through my LinkedIn, funny enough, and I see an article written by the Sports Business Journal, and they were talking about the RSN feeds or the regional sports network feeds, and the Detroit Pistons lead the entire NBA in audience viewership. So they're up 97% from last season.
Dang.
Are are you surprised that the Detroit Pistons are must-watch TV and they've had such growth of, going up 97% in TV audience, being a top 10 team in the NBA in attendance?
That's insane because I usually it's like, you know what? This team has been terrible. They've been trash. Wake me up in the playoffs. Similar to Evan, right? Oh, cute little team. But instead, when I actually look around social media, I wind up getting surprised at some of the comments I see. And as I see this is more of the same because people are actually saying, no, man, bro, we rock with the Pistons. Like I saw somebody like Draymond Green or somebody was trying to be all tough or trying to mess with somebody and push somebody. He's like, oh, try that against the Pistons. And I commented like, oh my gosh, we back. When the Pistons are that standard again, that other fans are saying, oh no, they tough. No, Cade is dope, man. He's one of those ones. It's like nationally, people are buying into, I believe, what the Pistons are, or else they wouldn't be watching. They are a team with players to watch, with a fun brand of basketball, and they're doing it in a way that not a lot of other teams are doing it. Now, do we want them to make some more threes? Definitely, but they're still going out there and telling everybody, "Hey, we're going to outscore you in points in the paint. We're going to score at least 50 or 60 of our points in the paint. We're going to go out here. We're going to be, one of the best defensive teams in the league, and we're going to make it look good too. And oh, by the way, when we get our steals, we're throwing lobs up the court. You know what I mean? We're getting Cade Cunningham and running the lanes. So it's like that's the type of stuff that I like about the team. Last year, Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren were the number one lob connection. This year, they are setting their sights on and got to ask Jalen Duren that question in at media day about hey, look, last year you guys were lob connection kings. What are you looking to do in your connection this year to move that to the next level? He said we want to be the top pick and roll connection. Period. Lob shouldn't that should be something that we do in our sleep. But the pick and roll thing, and what do you see? Them going out there and they start the season as the top one. I know that if you look at their pick and roll numbers, are still some of the top and most efficient pick and roll combos out there to the team that to the point that other teams in the league are taking notice. So these numbers are microcosm that it's not just the teams who are doing a scouting report and circling the Pistons on this calendar anymore. Now it's the national audience who are tuning into the Pistons. Why? Because the limited national, TV appearances the Pistons have gotten, they've looked like a good team. And then when they're going out there and they're playing some of the teams that are over 500 and they're faring at 10-3, those other squads got to tap in. They got to. So, I think that this is boding very well for the Pistons. I think that these numbers to me, they shocked me because I think that they're sooner. If this was post All-Star break and the Pistons were still like top 2, top 3 in the East, I would be like, cool, right on. People are paying attention. We got another All-Star in there. We got 2 of them down there this year. But this to happen right now, I think that is that's actually pretty awesome. It's surprising to me.
Shout out to the other 3% that have been diehard Pistons fans and watched, but being up 97%, bro, that's insane.
That's
Like when I
insane.
when I read that, it's just like they lead the entire league in just audience right now from a year to year basis. Pretty sure the Red Wings are up 40% as well. So I mean, I've always said like when you put a
It
good
helps to be
product
number
on,
one. Shout out
yeah,
to the Red
that
Wings.
too. I've always said when you put a good product on the floor in the city of Detroit, I think it's one of the best sports cities, and I might be a little biased here. I mean, like when the Lions
Nah,
hosted the
stand
NFL,
on business, Ant.
yeah,
Stand on say with your chest, bro. I agree with you. I was over
when
here. I'm getting fired up, man. Get me fired up, bro.
when the Lions hosted the NFL draft, they set a record for I
Talk
think the
about
most
it.
people in 3 days. Like I've always said, like you put a good product on the floor in terms of just the Pistons having a good team. Fans are going to show out. They're going to watch. They're going to be tuned in. Obviously, it's not the UPN days when you could watch the game for free, but the
Yeah.
fact that people are still paying, $20 a month or, expensive cable packages to watch the team. I think it just goes to show you that the fans that are watching, I think there's a lot of similarities to former Pistons teams, and JB kind of touched on that when he was on FanDuel with Run It Back, talking about how he takes a little bit from the Bad Boys, takes a little bit from the Going to Work Pistons, and he kind of sprinkles in his own kind of spin on how he wants the Detroit Pistons to play tough, knows
Yeah.
basketball. It's team basketball. Like we saw it last night. Like you had Marcus Sasser, Dennis Jenkins, Paul Reed scrap
Paul
and get you
Reed.
back, get back into this game, man. Like,
In crucial
uh,
moments in the game.
yeah, like it just kind of shows you the depth, and I think like if you grew up a Piston fan, especially during the Going to Work era, or even the Bad Boy era, like I think you can
Spot on.
appreciate the way that they play basketball right now. You can appreciate that it's just there's not like a superstar that's averaging 35. There's a guy that can step up on any given night, and you don't really know who's going to step up and be that guy. Like last night, I thought it was going to be Asar Thompson because he had like 8 points in it seemed like 10 minutes, but like I did not expect kind of like the hustle unit to get them back into the game. I mean, they were down 18 and they got back into the game because of their hustle, their
Hey,
defense,
the
just their
nasty
activity.
boys.
Oh God. I cannot call another man a nasty boy and look him in the eye without laughing.
I'll be in a press conference, be like, hey, Dennis Jenkins, how does it feel to be a nasty boy, as your coach called you? Because I can't look him in the eyes and say that seriously. Oh, dog. But I get it though. I get it, man. You look at this squad and some of the things you're talking about as it relates to those guys is the reason why I'm a little sometimes apprehensive about, do you gut this team in the middle of a trade? People are tuning in to watch this squad, and guess what? They're passing the test right now. I think that that's worth something. I really do. But I get it. We just saw a couple other teams. Like I said, I'm going to continue to use that as the counter argument, who believed in what they had, and it left them just a little bit short. But this is the one conundrum, though. Man, I might get myself in trouble here. I think now there's a Terry Scoobel. So Terry Scoobel will be number one. I think right behind him is a Cade Cunningham in terms of your top athletes in Detroit. Now, in terms of being able to have an impact to be a ceiling raiser for a team, I think Cade Cunningham right now is that number one athlete. Scoobel goes out every 5 days, and we know in the playoffs you can pitch him on short rest. He can give you an opportunity, but the last couple postseasons, that hasn't been the formula for us. And so with Cade Cunningham, I actually do believe he's the type of guy that can help you. When you have a team that is showing that they could probably win a playoff series this year, he's the type of guy that could probably get you to the Eastern Conference too. And that's where a lot of my belief comes in to even the Pistons this year, being able to play for the chance to represent the East in the championship. And it's because they got a ceiling raiser like that. And it's like he doesn't have to go out there and score 35 a night. Most nights he's coming out, and by the end of the first quarter, he got like 4, 5, 6 assists. And we're saying, what's going to happen? Look, wait, the third or fourth quarter, that boy going to get busy. He leads the NBA in fourth quarter scoring. And so that he's the reason why, in my opinion, I think that they have this opportunity to go to the top. When you talk about people tuning in, you get to see one of the league's best. I'm not even going to sit here and say one of the league's best, brightest, and youngest players. No, he's just one of the league's best players. I get the top 25 and the 25. This guy's about to be probably top 5 MVP. He was tied for 7th in the MVP conversation, MVP race last year. Think about that. He's only going up from here. He was all NBA 13. So, I look forward to it. And I like the fact that the rest of this team, just the way that they play, man, they all kind of play with this sense of belief.